Jeez, that was a good one. Boys and germs, welcome to the Daily Crack. Now, you're watching now. Hashtag live right now. I know it's the middle of the day over here, so I'm trying to figure out the best times to do these daily cracks. But it happens that I do the video when I'm inspired. So, you know, you're probably going to be watching this later on. So hashtag in the comments below later on. Topic of conversation today is complacency. And thinking you have the process down when you've only been in the process a couple of days or a couple of weeks. So this is stemming from a conversation I had with a client last night. And I get this shit because I fall into this trap as well of thinking you have mastered something when you're still a fucking white belt. And because you're still a white belt, you're going to fuck up. And because you're going to fuck up, you're going to fall off the wagon. And because you're going to fall off the wagon, you're going to throw in the towel. Now, the complacency I'm going to be referring to in this case is reaching your target body weight when trying to lose fat. Okay? So, the process of starting to apply a calorie deficit, and in my method, I'm going to get people to, track their calories. Not everyone likes doing that, but it's in a very effective way to do it because it's meaning the amount of energy you're consuming in the form of food is in a balance, and it's consistent day in, day out for a consecutive number of days, depending on how much body fat you've got to lose. And why is it so important to track your calories accurately? Because it's important because, number one, you need to know your calorie target specific to you, so that when you do go into a calorie deficit, that you lose body fat and not muscle. All right? So this process takes time. You can't just track your calories for 2 weeks and start hitting your target and be like, yeah, I got this down, and you can fuck off your phone and you don't need to track anymore, because I can guarantee you it'll be 1 or 2 days and you're back to your old routine of eating on certain days far too many calories and then on other days not enough calories. But you're gaining weight, so you're obviously not doing something right. The long and short of tracking your calories is the energy balance that you're consuming is slightly below what you need, so you will lose fat. That is the blood and guts of it. And I see this far too often. And this is the mother of all fuck-ups when it comes to people falling off the bandwagon, is they think they've got it down. Okay? So complacency will fuck you in the arse until you just be consistent for a long period of time. Plus, okay, I'm going to say this to you now. How long, okay, what body weight are you at now? And how long ago was it since you were at the body weight that you want to be back to? How long is that? Because I'm damn sure you didn't gain 10 kilos overnight or in a couple of weeks. You gained 10 kilos over the course of 10 months to a year, maybe even longer. Would I be right in saying that? If I am, do you think it's possible to lose weight properly, to keep it off in a couple of weeks? Listen, I can run an 8-week program. That 8-week program ain't going to do shit for someone that has over 10 kilos to lose, because it's going to be a process. What it's going to do, however, the process of my 8-week program is to teach you new habits that you can implement into your life. We work with what you're already doing and improve it. So things like not over consuming food, getting adequate water into your body, staying hydrated, going to sleep on time, eating certain foods that are going to help your digestive system throughout the day, making sure you're being active by getting 10,000 steps a day. And the coach is there. My job is to make sure you keep this up over 8 weeks. How long does it take to create a new habit? They say about 30 days. You got me for 2 months. Okay? So being able to have someone to keep you accountable for 8 weeks is the start of your journey. Now, some people still require me after that 8 weeks, so they jump straight into the next program. That's up to them. If they feel they've learned enough, by all means, my work here is done. Off with you. Keep up the same work. How long do you need to keep the work up for? How long is a piece of string? The next thing that is also very, very fucking important to consider is once you get to the weight that you want to be, whether you're gaining muscle or losing fat, it takes a long time to live in the new body in order to own that new body. Because if you've gained weight over a long period of time, your homeostasis has slowly crept to this new set point. So you will very easily put the weight back on. That's why these short huge calorie deficit diets don't work. Because number one, you're starving yourself, and if you're starving on a diet, it's very hard to stick to. You're only looking forward to the end. Because these calorie deficits are so great, the weight that you're losing is mostly glycogen out of your muscle fibers, and the muscle density is decreasing. So yeah, you get a drop in the scales, but that ain't fat. That ain't fat that you're losing. Then you do that for 6 weeks, and what happens? As soon as that 6 weeks is over, you can't wait, and you have a celebratory fucking burger and chips, and within a couple of days, your fucking weight has jumped back up again, dramatically. So, you've got yourself there slowly. Now we need to reverse that process at the same speed. That's a tough one to swallow, isn't it? Knowing that it's taken you fucking 10 or 8 months to put that weight on, and it's going to take you the same amount of time to fucking lose it. That's the harsh reality of this shit. Something's happened in your life to allow you or to facilitate you to get to the weight that you're at. And you got to understand what that thing is. You either got to change it, eliminate it, or accept it. And once you do that, and you realize where you are, then your journey can begin. That's an important element to remember. Okay? There's something that has happened. I'm going to dig into that sort of shit now because you're you, I'm me. We're talking to each other, listening to each other over the power of the interwebs, but you know the crack. You know the crack. All right? So, don't be complacent. Don't just assume you've got this shit after a couple of days or a couple of weeks. You got to live this shit. It's your new lifestyle you're taking on board, not a restrictive one. A new lifestyle that you will continue to do for the rest of your life. You will tweak it along the way, but it needs to fit into what you're doing right now, and you need to do it a lot. You need to be consistent. And you'll win. And you'll win. Simple as it is. Hashtag later on, share this shit if you think it's worth sharing, and I will see you in the next episode. Giddy up!